Hey everybody, welcome back to the Flip Side of Mud and our video series on the Vietnam veteran. 58,000 lives, a tribute to the fallen is what it's called. We're on video 5, starting on number 80. We're going to start with number 80 and end up at 100. And like I said, it goes to 58,000. And I'm always giving you all an update. I'm at 450. I'm at 252 stories wrote down of 58,000, and we're doing number 80, so I'm still ahead a little bit. But before we get started, I want to apologize on my video quality today. Yes, it looks much better back here than it did the last video because I've sold a lot of my eBay store, and you can tell it's a big difference in the last video. But if y'all have been following, straighten my glasses right. If y'all been following the last two videos, I've been really bad off, and it almost looked like I was having a stroke when I was doing these videos, and kind of felt that way. Well, we got through them, but it caught up to me today. I was standing at my store. This is a store, by the way. I have a donation store. We help homeless veterans in our community, but I was checking someone out, and I went to get their change, and the next thing you know, I felt a little dizzy, and my knees started to buckle, and I just remember falling to the right. I don't know if I hit the counter, but I know I landed on my back because I woke up on the floor, and both my sides of my ribs are hurting now. This was about 2 or 3 hours ago, and I laid there for a while out of breath. So I definitely landed on my ribs. So it's okay. We had customers there. I had people here to help me. We got through it, but something's been going on, and if y'all can't tell from the last couple videos we've been doing, that I've been having some issues reading these videos. But no matter what my problems are, we're going to get through them because I made a promise to all these 58,000 fallen heroes that we will talk about them, and we will remember them together, and we will show what they look like, and we'll all together remember their sacrifice and give them the just due that they deserve. They're all heroes, regardless of what happened, because they fought for our country. I just want to get that out of the way. So I feel I don't feel like I'm twitching as bad, but those last two videos I did, my eyes were twitching. I was like slurring speech. I might be there right now in a minute, but I feel like I'm running on autopilot. Like I'm only at 50%, and I'm only got my basic functions. I was trying to eat ice cream a minute ago from a restaurant, and I couldn't even figure out how to spoon out the ice cream. And then when we got here to the store, I put the key in the lock, and I couldn't figure out which way was left and right to unlock the door. So I just give up and let someone else do it. But we'll get to this together. I hate that everything is backwards because I see that my glasses are off. See how they're tilted? And I want to straighten them, but I'm doing the opposite of what it looks like because I'm reversed. I got a crooked head. But anyway, let me bring the pictures up so we'll be ready. I was doing them on my phone because I had my other phone, and I was able to I got a burp. Sorry, I was able to use my other phone's pictures, but I had to send my phone back because I got this new one, and I can't use it no more. So now we have to use the computer if you guys want to see their faces, which I want to put a face with a name because it means more to me that you can see what they look like. So we're doing them in here now. Well, without further ado, let's get started. We're gonna start on number 80. I'm still gonna do the podcast. I'm still starring to go, the important ones. I'm still doing TikTok lives, reads of some of these, and what was I trying to say? I don't remember. Anyway, let's go. I'll remember in a minute. Okay, this is number 80. This is PFC James Estes Abston Jr. My phone's on the charger, so you'll have to bear with me here. This is James Estes Abston Jr. Now, when I did this video live on here, when I did it live on YouTube, I like doing the live, but it's a little different quality. And the thing was backwards, but it wasn't backwards. I wasn't seeing it backwards, so I was able to. This is so. It's so weird. My face is so weird. Should I do it without my glasses on? No, then I can't see. The hat will keep my glasses in place, I think. That's a little better. All right, James Estes Abson Jr. All right, he was born November 2nd, 1944, in Birmingham, Alabama. He died February the 27th, 1967. He was 22. In Binh Dinh, Vietnam, he died from small arms fire. Only information I could find. He's on panel 15E, line 102 of the Vietnam Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Abston a moment of silence. And we thank him for his service. I'm only one in and I'm already struggling. If y'all can tell. Okay. Let's go to number 80. This is Staff Sergeant. My ribs hurt so bad. Staff Sergeant Robert Joseph Alcalado. I think it's how you say his name. Robert Joseph Alcalado. I'm assuming. I don't think this one had the big paragraph. Yeah, this one's got a big paragraph. This one might take a minute to read. And if y'all can see how I do them. I got stories on all of them. Okay, Staff Sergeant Joseph Alcalado was born January 30th, 1951. I just need to breathe. In Greensburg, Pennsylvania. He died February 20th, 1971. He was 20 in Los, L-A-O-S. I don't know how you say that. Isn't it like an island? He was with the 48th Aviation Company, 223rd Aviation Battalion, 1st Aviation Brigade. He was a door gunner on a Bell. How do you say that? Iroquois. Iroquois? A Bell Iroquois utility helicopter, UH-1C, on a mission to supply gun cover for an emergency resupply mission. His aircraft was hit by a hostile fire and crashed. His remains were not recovered. 2 people were seen exiting on the right side, running towards the trees. Left pilot door had been jettisoned and both seats were empty. Several rescue attempts were made but unsuccessful. No contact with the crew was ever established. His family said he was captured and seen by other POWs in March, May, and in June. When the POWs were released in 1973, Reed was not among them, nor the rest of the crew. The government of Southeast Asia claimed no knowledge of the fate of the crew. No one knows. None of the 4 crew were ever found, no remains either. I guess the incident's the day they called him passed because they did MIA, so I guess they called him deceased. February 20th. And, February 20th, 1971. The other prisoners were released in 73, so they didn't even know anything about it for 2 years. He's on panel 5W, line 122 of the Wall Memorial in Washington. Let's give Staff Sergeant Alcalado a moment of silence. We thank him for his sacrifice. Okay, let's go to the next one. Next one is 82. This is Specialist 5. Pepito Rivera Aceret. I think I said that right. Pepito Rivera Aceret. Did my best. He was born November 9th, 1942 in Central Luzon, Philippines. Luzon, Philippines. So he was born in the Philippines. He died December 7th, 1969. He was 27 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He was with the 156th Maintenance Company, 92nd Service Battalion, 80th GS Group. I don't know what that means. Army Special Command. He died from a vehicle crash. That's the information they would give me. He's on panel 15W, line 34 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give SP Aceret a moment of silence. And we thank him for his country. I hope I'm not breathing too hard into the microphone because that's my problem is the breath. I think that's what my problem is. So I'm if I'm breathing too heavy, I so apologize. But I didn't get to do a video yesterday, so I'm gonna try and do 2 videos back to back. I'm gonna do 80 through. Did y'all see that right here? Hold on. Right here, go across the screen. I'm gonna go look back. Timestamp that at 10 minutes. I swear something ran across the screen. Timestamp 10 minutes, but I'm gonna do a separate video. I'm gonna do 100 through 120 as well. So I'm gonna load 2 videos up here. So okay, let's go to number 83. This one is PFC Hector Santos Acevedo. At least using this computer, it's not backwards. When I was using my front forward camera so I can see what I was doing, the pictures were backwards. The names. Okay, this is PFC Hector Santos Acevedo. Yeah, the right one. Born April 18, 1946 in Arecibo, Arecibo, Puerto Rico. He died August 15, 1966. He was 20 years old in Vietnam. He was a light weapons infantryman. Okay. Company B, 1st Battalion, 16th Infantry Regiment, 1st Infantry Division. He was killed from frag wounds. If I had more information, I swear I could use them, but I can only get what I can get from him. He on panel 10E, line 6 of the Vietnam War Memorial. Let's give Private First Class Acevedo a moment of silence. And we thank him for his service. I hope some of y'all not on here just to watch me fall out. I mean, if you are, whatever, I take whatever I get for views. So if that's what y'all are on here to do, to watch me fall out, that's cool. Because it might happen. Okay, this is number 84. I got to get through 40 of these tonight. I want to take a break between. This is number 84. This is Lance Corporal Richard Joseph Acevedo. So Ace was his alias, or whatever you want to call it. He was born June the 1st in 1948 in Scottsbluff, Nebraska. He died October 26th, 1967. He was 19 in Vietnam. He was Echo Company, 2nd Battalion, 4th Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. He died from a gunshot wound to the chest during Operation Kingfisher. Richard received 3 separate Purple Hearts. Wow. He's on panel 28E, line 71. Let's give him a moment of silence. And we thank him for his service. I didn't realize this until I was reading some of these off the other day, that because it kept saying they got advanced. Like, I would read what their rank was and then what they ended up with. If they was MIA or POWs, they still, which is good, they still was able to get a rank. You know, their rank, they wouldn't held at whatever rank they was. They still, whatever the word I'm trying to think of, they still could advance their rank. So some of them ended up higher than they were when they disappeared or whatever, which is really noble of the military. Okay, this is number 85. This is SP4 Robert Acevedo again. Another Acevedo. Robert, back it up. Back it up. There we go. Have to get the angle right for the light. He was born November 22nd, 1943 in New York. That's all I got. He died February 12th, 1969. He was 26. He was A Company, 2nd Battalion, 7th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division. He was placing trip flares around the perimeter when he was mistaken for a hostile force. He was fired upon. He was by his own. It was a Marine. I really extensively looked into this because I wanted to know. It's not the Marine's fault that shot him, but I wanted to know for the full story what their name was. So they never give the name of the person that shot him. So I'll read the story one more time from the beginning, and when you get to the end, you might be just as mad as I am. Still mad the day I wrote this a month ago of what happened to this guy. So far, not the most deaths by friendly fire or the worst. I don't know. This might be the worst so far that I've read. This one's pretty bad. Let's read it one more time. He was placing trip fires around his perimeter. This is at nighttime, by the way. When he was mistaken for a hostile force, he was fired upon by one of the Marine watchmen. He was then medevaced out in a helicopter, so they realized their mistake and they went to helivac him out. During the flight, the helicopter shifted abruptly and he fell out and into a river and drowned. Imagine being shot by your own government and then accidentally dropped to your death. Good Lord. I mean, talk about a person that would haunt something. Not only did they shoot him on accident, then they dropped him out of a helicopter when he could have maybe survived. I've not got a story worse than this so far. I definitely need to put a star by this one because this one needs a lot more looked into for the podcast. I'm going to go, I've done some research on all these, all I can find, but I'm going to go to extensive research like detective style. We're going to find out about this. That's just insane. He's on panel 32W, line 18. He's going to be one I'll remember forever. So next time I go back to Washington, to the Wall Memorial, when I went, I was looking for family members and things. It's going to be more sentimental this time because I've read these guys' names. And I'm going to be looking for Roberto. I'm going to be looking for him. I'm going to do that little thing where they stencil their name because that's just god awful. And hopefully he's remembered. We didn't give Roberto a moment of silence. So let's give him a moment of silence. A longer moment of silence. He deserves a double thank you from us and our government for the way they treated him. Okay, I understand the first part was an accident, and technically the second was too. But come on, guys, gotta get better. You can't be dropping your men out the side of the helicopter. He's probably hooked to a stretcher. Is probably why he drowned. Okay, this next one is number 86. This is Specialist 4, Angel Luis Acevedo Milan. I want to get the clarity. There you go. Thank you. He was born February 23rd, 1949 in Naguabo Municipality, Puerto Rico. He died November 28, 1969. He was 20 in Dong Nang, Vietnam. He was with B Company 1st Engineer Battalion, 1st Infantry Division. He died from burns received in action. That's all I got. So I'm assuming it was from a flamethrower or something, or napalm. He's on panel W16, line 129 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Specialist 4, Milan, a moment of silence, please. We thank him for his service and his sacrifice so we may be free. Okay, this number 87. This is Major Rafael Esfado Rahini. I'm close. He was a major. Okay, he was born January 27, 1927, in San Juan Municipality, Puerto Rico. He died December 2nd, 1965. He was 38 years old in Vietnam. No info on his death, only KIA. A lot of this because a lot of these was from Puerto Rico, so it's a lot harder to get information on them when they wasn't American. Well, technically Puerto Rico was an American citizen. I don't know if Puerto Rico was an American country in the end or not. I don't know the history of that. How long they've been an American, not a what do they call it? Not an ally, but American territory. So I don't know. Did I say he's on panel 3E, line 121? Let's give Major Rahini a moment of silence. Rahini. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is number 88. This is Lance Corporal Robert John Achas. He was born January 1st, 1943 in Springfield, Illinois. He died March 14th, 1965. He was 22 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He was with India Company, 1st Platoon, 3rd Battalion, 9th Marine Regiment, 3rd Marine Division. reading ahead. Hold on. Oh, this is one of the first. This is one of the first. Yes. Okay. This one needs a star as well. So I'm going to go over this again. This one deserves a big star. Okay. You'll understand why when I get to the end of it. He was killed by friendly fire. Again, friendly fire. Remember, 25% of all these names were friendly fire. Just 1 week after two battalions landed in first involvement of American units in the Vietnam War, he was the very first Marine killed in Vietnam. The very first Marine killed in Vietnam. He's on panel 1E, line 95. Let's give Corporal Achas a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Very first Marine that died. He was only the 88th one I read out of 58,000. Videos are getting harder and harder to do. Okay. This is number 89. This is Captain Robert Paul I just said this guy's name a second ago. I said Achas. Archer. Captain Robert Paul Archer Jr. Born June 1st, 1942 in Terre Haute, Indiana. He died September 1st, 1969. He was 27 in Vietnam. He was the pilot of an AC-47D gunship, aka Spooky. That's the name of his gunship. That's pretty good. From the 4th Special Forces Squadron. 14th Special Op Wing, 7th Air Force. He arrived at the scene to assist troops and began rendering support flares from its 7.62 minigun on the enemy. His plane was struck by a ground-to-air missile. It crashed into a mountain. There were no survivors. 8 were lost. This was the last AC-47 lost in the war. I didn't know that. I didn't even pay attention to that. That's another star. See, the important notes and information. Oh, sorry, ribs. They receive stars. They all deserve it. They're all getting their due in these videos, but some of these require special attention. That's what they're going to do in the podcast. All right, I'm going to take like a 30-second. Oh, let's finish this moment of silence. I want to take a 30-second break to get my thoughts. Okay, this is let's give it. He's on panel 18W, line 18. First one is doubled up. Panel 18, line 18. Let's give Captain Paul Archer Jr. a moment of silence. Let me thank him for his service. Okay, before I do his last hands, I got to take just a second. Oh, God, it hurts. I mean, it does happen when you land on a concrete floor. It's going to happen. Okay. Deep breath. Okay, just a couple deep breaths in there. All right, this is number 90. Private First Class Charles Ralph Ashinson. My speech is not good, and my spelling and my reading is not good. So we're doing the best we can on these names. And where's the Smith? You know, the Smiths and the Johns. He was born January 20th, 1947, in Palco, Kansas. He died November 21st, 1967. He was 20. He was in the 4th Infantry Division, 2nd Battalion, 8th Infantry. He died while missing. What? Died while missing. Should have been KIA, I guess. While artillery rocket mortar. So he got killed by a rocket mortar. He's on panel 30E, line 52. Let's give PFC Shinson a moment of silence. And we thank him for his country. I apologize to all these veterans that I'm reading. I'm having this much trouble reading their names. This is ridiculous. Okay, this is number 91. This is Sergeant Eddie Chica. And when I do these 20, I'm going to take a long break before I do the next 20. This is Sergeant Eddie Achica. Did I show y'all Ralph Ascension? I think I did. Okay. This is Sergeant Eddie Achica. Um, he was born September 5th, 1930 in Pago Pago, American Samoa. He died August 10th, 1966. He was 35. In Vietnam, he was 2nd Platoon, Company A, 2nd Battalion, 12th Cavalry Regiment. He was a Silver Star Award winner. He was a squad leader. I'm starring all the Purple Hearts. I mean, they're all got Purple Hearts. The Bronze, Silver Stars, and Medal of Honors too. Different series, podcast series. He was a squad leader. His platoon was pinned down by enemy fire. He exposed himself to hostile fire on numerous occasions to help locate the enemy positions. So he was like using himself as bait to find out where the enemy was. He guided his platoon, firing on those positions. It was during this fight he was mortally wounded. So he would like jump up to get shot on purpose, to get shot at, to find the enemy and then charge at the enemy, leading his men. That's crazy. He's on panel 9E, line 121. So very deserving of that medal. Let's give Sergeant Chica a moment of silence. And we thank him for his service to our country. Okay, we're moving right along, guys. We're doing really good. I'm surviving. That's the main thing. This is number 92 of 58,000. This is Lance Corporal Timothy Eugene Atchison. These all have the same name, and I botch them every time. He was born May 5th, 1950 in Portland, Oregon. He died December 1st, 1969. He was 19 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He was C Company, 1st Battalion, 1st Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division. Was on patrol when he detonated a hostile booby trap mine. Was medevaced out, died on hospital ship USS Repose. So he died later on. He's on panel 15W, line 12 of the Vietnam War Memorial in Washington, D.C. Let's give Lance Corporal Atchison a moment of silence. And we thank him for his service. Okay, this is number 93. This is PFC Laverne Richard Cho. He was born May 13, 1944 in Cincinnati, Ohio. He died June 16, 1968. He was 24 in Thien Hue, Vietnam. He was C Company, 327th Infantry, 101st Airborne Division. Died from hostile small arms fire. Undetermined death. That was in parentheses in the story that I read. He's on panel 57W, line 34. Let's give PFC Cho a moment of silence. And we thank him for his sacrifice and his service for the country. Okay, number 94 is PFC Laverne. Where am I? That's the last one. PFC Terrence William Acker. He was born June 19, 1947 in Whittier, California. He died March 4th, 1968. He was 20 in Phu Yen, Vietnam. He was D Company, 16th Armor, 173rd Airborne Brigade, U.S. Army Reserves. Died from a gunshot wound to body from hostile fire. He's on panel 42E, line 60 of the Vietnam War Memorial. Let's give Private First Class Acker a moment of silence. And we thank him for his country. Thank him for his service to our country. Okay, this is number 95. This is PFC David Paul Ackard. Got his high school graduation photo in here. He was born February 1st, 1949, in Gonzales, Louisiana. He died June 23rd, 1969. He was 20. In Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was E Company, 2nd Battalion, 3rd Marines, 3rd Marine Division. He died from multiple frag wounds to the arms, left abdomen, left knee, and thigh from an incoming 82 millimeter fire. That's rough. He's on panel 22W, line 115. On the Wall Memorial, let's give PFC Ackard his moment of silence. And we thank him for his sacrifice, so we may be free. Thank you. This is number 96. This is Lance Corporal James Patrick Achteroff. Something like that. He was born June 13, 1949 in Muskegon, Colorado. Oh, I'm sorry. I see where I did that wrong. Muskegon County, Michigan. I see the CO. County, Michigan. Muskegon County. He died March 18, 1968. He was 18 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. He was a Company E, Battalion 2, 4th Marine, 9 Marine Division. A Silver Star recipient. He gets a star. I just give him a star. It was black, though, not silver. He disregarded his own safety. Oh, I'm one page ahead. He led his squad against 3 Viet Cong Army battalions. He disregarded his own safety in aggressively shouting operations and firing as he advanced, orders as he advanced. Only a few feet from his objective, he fell mortally wounded. He's on panel 45E, line 18 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Lance Corporal Achteroff his moment of silence. We thank him for his service to our country. Okay, this is 97. A 58,000. This is Seaman Apprentice Herman Carroll Acker. Was born November 19, 1953 in New Orleans, Louisiana. Died October 1st, 1972. He was 18 in Vietnam. Died from hostile misadventure sea casualty. I put a question mark on there, and then I looked into it more. An explosion on the USS Newport News. That's where I was at, and I looked into it more. 7th Fleet. Aboard ship. An explosion on the USS Newport News, 7th Fleet aboard ship killed 20 shipmates. During gunfire missions, an 8-inch projectile in the bore of a center gun on a turret 2 exploded prematurely, setting off several powder casings in the hoist, killing 20 sailors and injuring 36 others. Was casualty by faulty auxiliary detonating fuse. Heck of a way to die. I definitely starred his name there. Did I tell y'all Achteroff's panel 45E, line 18? I think I did. Okay, Seaman Apprentice Acker is on panel 1W, line 76 on the Wall Memorial. Let's give Seaman Apprentice Acker his moment of silence. And we thank him for his service. I'm going to do 3 more and then I can take a break before I start the next video. Okay. This is Private First Class Odell Bernard Pate Acker. Let's see the photo. Great photo. He was born September 16, 1950 in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He died September 10, 1960. September 10th, 69. He was 18 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. His 9th Marine Amphibious Brigade, 1st Battalion, 26th Marine B Company. Died from hostile action, multiple frag wounds. He's on panel 18W, line 63 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Private First Class Acker his moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is 99. This is Corporal Bill R. Ackerman. He's born June 15, 1947 in Salt Lake City, Utah. Died March 29, 1970. He was 22 in Vietnam. Company A, 3rd Infantry, 11th LT Brigade. I don't know what I was writing there. Died from small arms fire. He's on panel W12, line 54 on the Wall Memorial. Let's give Corporal Ackerman a moment of silence. And we thank him for his service. Okay, let's do this last one of this video, number 5, video 5 in the series, and I'll do number video 6 after a small break. This is the 100th name out of 58,000. This is Sergeant Daniel Laverne Ackerman. Laverne. Born March 13, 1947. All I got is USA. I don't know where. His home record was Carson City, Nevada, but I don't have his birth city. Died April 10, 1968. He was 21 in Bac Ninh, Vietnam. He was in Troop D, 3rd Squadron, Infantry Cavalry, unknown cause of death. So there was zero information on him. He's on panel 49E, line 7 of the Wall Memorial. Give Sergeant Ackerman a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, so that's the 20 out of video 5. Still in the A's. We're going to be in the A's for a while. There's like 127 atoms, so when we get to atoms, we'll be there for a while. I'm going to take a short break, and I'm going to come back and do 20 more in another video. So I'll be doing 2 today. If you guys enjoy watching these and learning about these heroes, and you want to see more, just subscribe and like and follow, and you'll get notified every time I do a video. So thank y'all for bearing with me. Hard to read these, and see you on video 6.